Hello fellow booktubers, my name is Lauren, you're watching Dreams, Books, Courage, and today I'm actually at college. I just got through my first week and it's just been absolutely crazy, so I really haven't read anything. And now I'm finally filming a video in my dorm and I'm so excited about it, especially since today I am filming my August book haul. I love doing book hauls and today I have a surprisingly big one. It's kind of hard for me to find time to film and edit and upload, but I'm trying my best and trying to make sure that I comment back to all of your comments, and hopefully I will be able to keep up with my content, especially in the next couple of months whenever I really figure out all of my schedule and everything. I actually will not be having a wrap up for the month of August. Instead, I'm going to be doing an August and September wrap up because I did read a lot of books during Booktubeathon and then I literally have not finished anything after that. So I'll just be doing one next month. Hopefully you guys don't mind that because I did do a wrap up in the month of August already, which was my Booktubeathon wrap up, and I read a lot of books during that week, so definitely go check out that video. I will leave a link to it down below. But now let's go ahead and get into this video because I'm so excited to share with you guys all the books that I have gotten. So the first book I got this month I had already owned in a bind-up edition with all of the rest of the author's novels, but I just wanted this book separately since I love it so much, and that is Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. This novel definitely did cost me quite a bit of money, but I think it was definitely worth it because just look how beautiful this cover is. This is one of the Penguin Classics edition, and I've just seen these covers all around and I really just love them so much, so I definitely had to pick this one up. I wanted to bring Pride and Prejudice to college with me, so I decided to go ahead and get it in this edition because I love it so much. If any of you have not yet read this book, definitely pick it up. It is just so good, even if you're not big into classics. If you enjoy contemporary romance especially, definitely pick it up. I'm sure you'll really enjoy it once you really get into it. The next book that I picked up that I have previously read is How to Read Literature Like a Professor by Thomas Foster, and this book is exactly like it sounds. It really does teach you how to read literature in an in-depth way. There's just so much symbolism and different meanings that you never even expected to be going along with the symbolism within this book. If you love English and symbolism especially, definitely pick this one up. I love reading through this, and especially in college, it's a great reference to have on hand. Especially if your English professor loves symbolism, like most do, this one can definitely come in handy, especially when you can't think of anything to write about. It's a very great guide to have on hand, but also a very great book to read. The next three books that I picked up were for an English class that I was supposed to take this semester. The first one of those three being I Hate to See That Evening Sun Go Down by William Gay, and these are actually just a bunch of collected stories by the author. I honestly don't really know what to expect going into this, but I know that it does mainly take place in Tennessee. Obviously the stories are kind of different from each other, and I don't really know if they come together as one. If you guys have read this, definitely tell me about it, but I know that this is definitely a critically acclaimed author, and I'm really looking forward to reading this. The next book that I got for that same class is The Things They Carried by Tim O'Brien, and if you guys have been watching my videos for a while, you know that I've already read this book, and I did really enjoy it, so I'm glad that I have a physical edition now. This is also like a bunch of collected stories, but these do intertwine. These stories aren't actually true, but they feel very, very real. They're all associated with Vietnam, and it talks about PTSD, and just so many important issues surrounding soldiers from the 1960s and also today, so I definitely highly recommend this one. Next up, we have An Interpreter of Maladies by Jhumpa Lahiri. I know I'm probably butchering that name. This is a Pulitzer Prize winning novel. And again, I think this is kind of like a collection of stories, but I do think that these intertwine. I think that this mostly deals with India and America, and I'm just really looking forward to picking it up because I haven't really heard of many books on that subject, and it just sounds like such an interesting read. I'm just really looking forward to seeing what this one has in store. So as I said before, the three books that I showed you were for an English class, but the professor actually changed like 3 weeks ago and I didn't know it, so I already bought the books, so I'll just keep those. But I had to buy some other books, which is never a bad thing, so here are a few that I'm actually taking for my course this semester. In this semester we're focusing on the 1960s in film, culture, and media, so I'm really excited about this class and all the books that we have in store for us. One of those books being Slaughterhouse 5 by Vonnegut. I've heard so many great things about Vonnegut's writing style, and I'm really looking forward to reading this one. There are a couple of books by him that I really want to check out, so I'm really glad that I'm going to be studying this in English this semester. It's quite a quick read, and I'm just really looking forward to going into it without actually knowing much about it. But if you have read this book, definitely tell me down below how you liked it. The next book for my English class is A Wrinkle in Time by Madeleine L'Engle. I don't actually know how to properly pronounce her name, but I think that it's something along the lines of that. Tell me down below if you know how to properly say it. Again, I don't really know what this one is about. I know that a lot of people read it as children, so I think it'll be very interesting to read it as an adult and kind of see how my perspective differs than most people on it. I know this is kind of like a fantasy read, and that's really all I know. I really love going into books without knowing too much about them. So then I can't really have any preconceived notions about it, and also I don't really know any of the hype surrounding this book. This cover just looks really interesting, and I'm really looking forward to getting into the story. Children's books often have such a differing perspective than adult books, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how I feel about this one. And the last book that I have to share with you guys today is The 1960s, A Documentary Reader. This is edited by Brian Ward, and I know that it just has to do with a lot of things that happened within the 1960s. It has a lot of statements and speeches from the decade, so I'm really looking forward to reading that. Originally, this was a rental textbook, but I think that I'm just going to buy it because it just sounds so interesting. I think that the 1960s is just such an interesting generation, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what this one has in store and kind of delving deeper into what the 1960s were like. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I would love to hear all of your thoughts on these various novels, and now I'm gonna go get back to reading.